So this video is going to sort of touch base with the question of how to draw an ellipse. And I'm going to use this circle right here, this plate, as a way to sort of show you how to get that. So as we look at this circle, we encounter this a lot in our daily lives. Things are circular. And if we notice that by simply changing the angle, as I start pitching this, all of a sudden this circle is now more of an oval. And it's now an elliptical shape, right? So I go from there to this. So how do we translate that into what we're drawing? So what I recommend you do is you take your pencil and your object that you're going to draw. So for this I have a coffee mug, and I'm going to show you how I would represent that. So now I've drawn that here. So to get this sort of shape, and I showed you in the previous video. So it's not bad to have this nice handy dandy scale that I've already done. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the circle and know that it's going to be an ovular shape. You know, if we were to draw it like this, that's a perfect circle, right? Or close to it as far as the way we draw it. What we're trying to do is create a shape like this. So what I would recommend you do is you practice this and practice an angle. And all it simply is that the shape opens up when you're looking more down on top of it. So for example, if I were to be drawing a wider opening, it would be closer to this. Or even like this. What I recommend you do is you do it in a gestural approach where you're doing multiple lines. You're not trying to draw it single like this, because you can make a lot of mistakes like that. So don't do it like that. Do it like this, or like this, or like this. So we have this sort of basis on how we can do it. So what I'll do is I'll go around a few times, and I'm like, all right, I like that. Now, when it comes time to doing the coffee, or a mug, or something like that, so what I'll do is, you know that you have, start off by blocking in, and I always recommend you do this anyways. And what you do is you find the center part, the central axes, right, like this. This is how we do this and set it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my coffee mug. I'm going to start with this angle up at the top, and I'll have the top of the ellipse be right here. Okay? Now this curve right here and right here is going to be represented down at the bottom because it's exactly the same. All right? It's going to be identical to it. So I want to make sure that whatever this curve is right here, that it is going to be repeated right down there. So I'm just going to simply follow this. I can split it in half and use this as a reference. So I know that that curve is doing something like this. And if you want, you can draw the ellipse like that. If it doesn't look right, if it looks like this is too small compared to this, you can always open it up like that. And remember, by doing a gestural, instead of doing like a hard single line like this, you might make a mistake, but when you're doing it like this, you have the opportunity to choose whatever line you want to use. So perhaps I like this line. Okay. So we have the different shapes of a circle, oval, 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 but these are all ellipses right here, see? So one last time, what I can do is, remember, block out. So if I'm going to be using this as a reference, okay, and I'm actually going to be looking at it closer to this. So as you see it on the screen, it's closer to this in how I'm going to be drawing it.